Mr. Speaker, this habit of giving the impression that this floor offers an opportunity for intimidation of a member during debate, it actually negates the freedom of speech in the House and the freedom of speech as enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya. Let me make my point. If the Senator of Nandi is uncomfortable with the factuality of what I'm saying, let him express his discomfort and not hide in a point of order. You think my pedigree is somebody who does not know the difference between Senator 105 and...
Senator Boni, order. Senator for Kakamega County, you either proceed to substantiate that allegation or withdraw, apologize, and proceed to conclude your comments.
Mr. Speaker, I started this journey in politics at the age of 22. Now, bear with me. Bear with me, Mr. Speaker. It is just 5 seconds, I've finished. At the age of 22, we fought for this constitution for so long, so much so that rather than respond to all things that have been said here, I choose to keep quiet.
You are choosing to stay silent, Honorable Khalwale. Therefore, it means that you failed to substantiate, and the natural consequence will flow. I will therefore rule you out of order and ask you to leave the chamber.
Hello and welcome back to Havana Media. And today we bring you a dramatic and heated story from the Senate of Kenya. A day when emotions exploded, tempers rose, and the chamber nearly fell apart. What happened inside the Senate yesterday shocked the whole nation. What started as a normal session quickly turned into one of the most intense political confrontations we have seen in months. The drama began when Kakamega Senator Boni Khalwale stood on the floor of the House and made a bold and unexpected statement. He claimed that it was former President Uhuru Kenyatta, but not President William Ruto, who intervened to help release the 2 Kenyan activists who were abducted in Uganda. The moment those words left his mouth, the whole Senate froze. Many senators could not believe what they had heard. By naming Uhuru Kenyatta instead of President William Ruto, Khalwale shook the political table. This statement was not only controversial, it went directly against the government's official position and against what Kenya Kwanza leaders have been telling the public.
Issue of these young children who are out of the country, they are no different from the 2 Kenyan political activists who were locked up in Uganda for a long time. It disturbs me that it took the intervention of the former president and not the current president. This House is supposed to remind the executive that, Mr. Speaker, that if you get bonga points by interfering me at home, go and do it in the assembly.
What is...
As Khalwale continued speaking, the tension inside the chamber rose. Some senators shouted in disagreement. Others tried to calm the situation, but the damage had already been done. The House was quickly becoming uncontrollable. Then came the moment everyone is talking about. Senate Speaker Amason Kingi rose from his seat, visibly frustrated. He wanted Khalwale that his statement was misleading, dangerous, and completely out of order. Kingi demanded that Khalwale withdraw his words immediately and give clarity to the Senate as required by parliamentary rules. But before Khalwale could respond, another senator entered the battlefield. Senator Samson Cherargei of Nandi County. Cherargei stood up strongly and told Khalwale that he must either withdraw the statement or leave the Senate chambers altogether. Cherargei said the statement was not only false but designed to embarrass President Ruto and create political chaos. Cherargei insisted that Khalwale must show respect to the head of state and to the official record of the House.
Speaker, you know, we must be stickler of the rules. Standing on the 105 statement of fact, when the senator who happens to be the chief whip of government goes on record and says that former president intervened on release of Kenyans, can he provide that evidence before this House? Because we don't want his say in Chang'an drinking dens in Kolomani to get to the floor of the House. He should just take Chang'an and stay there. Don't bring those things here. So can he withdraw or substantiate?
Order.
Can he withdraw?
Order.
Can he substantiate?
Order.
He warned that allowing such statements could set a dangerous precedent and spark unnecessary political tension between Kenya and Uganda. His voice was firm, emotional, and direct. The chambers became more heated as Khalwale attempted to defend himself. He argued that he was simply spouting what he believed to be the truth and what he had been told by credible sources. He insisted that he was not attacking the president but explaining the real events behind the scenes.
Mr. Speaker, I like your tone. You should further advise the Senator of Nandi that he is decades away from my experience in parliamentary palace. If he wasn't, he would be knowing that in this parliament a ruling has been made that a member is not expected to substantiate the obvious.
Is that factual? And if it is, would you produce the evidence? If you can't, withdraw, apologize, and conclude your thoughts.
Mr. Speaker, this habit of giving the impression that this floor offers an opportunity for intimidation of a member during debate, it actually negates the freedom of speech in the House and the freedom of speech as enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya. Let me make my point. If the Senator of Nandi is uncomfortable with the factuality of what I'm saying, let him express his discomfort and not hide in a point of order. You think my pedigree is somebody who does not know the difference between Senator 105 and...
Senator Boni, order. Senator for Kakamega County, you either proceed to substantiate that allegation or withdraw, apologize, and proceed to conclude your comments.
But Speaker Kingi refused to entertain that explanation. The rules of the House were clear, and Khalwale was in violation. Kingi ordered Khalwale for the final time to withdraw the statement, but Khalwale stood his ground, saying he could not withdraw something that he believed was factual. This refusal pushed the chamber into total chaos. Senators began shouting, some called for calm, others demanded disciplinary action. The tension turned the Senate into a political battleground. Finally, the Speaker reached his breaking point. In a rare and powerful decision, Speaker Kingi ordered Senator Boni Khalwale to leave the chamber immediately. The order shocked the senators, but the Speaker remained firm. He stated that until Khalwale withdrew his misleading comments, he could not continue participating in the session. Khalwale stood up slowly, gathered his papers, and walked out of the chamber as...
Mr. Speaker, I started this journey in politics at the age of 22. Now, bear with me. Bear with me, Mr. Speaker. It is just 5 seconds, I've finished. At the age of 22, we fought for this constitution for so long, so much so that rather than respond to all things that have been said here, I choose to keep quiet.
You are choosing to stay silent, Honorable Khalwale. Therefore, it means that you failed to substantiate, and the natural consequence will flow. I will therefore rule you out of order and ask you to leave the chamber. For the remainder of today's sitting, Senator Akinyi, Beatrice.
It was a dramatic exit, one that symbolized the growing cracks within Kenya Kwanza and the difficult political battles now happening behind the scenes. But meanwhile, Cherargei remained standing, looking satisfied that order had been restored. He emphasized that the senator cannot allow statements that disrespect the presidency or misrepresent diplomatic events, especially involving another country like Uganda. Outside the Senate, politicians and citizens reacted strongly. Some praised the senators for maintaining discipline. Others accused the leadership of silencing truth and protecting politics instead of transparency. The incident reopened old political wounds. The rivalry between pro-Uhuru and pro-William Ruto factions. The tension between government and the opposition and the rising pressure within Kenya Kwanza itself. It also raised bigger questions. Who actually intervened in Uganda? Why was this true hidden? And why is this matter still so sensitive? And now, as the dust settles, one thing is very clear. What happened in the Senate yesterday will be remembered for years. It was not just a disagreement. It was a moment that exposed the fragile balance of power, the growing divisions in leadership, and the political storm that continues to grow across the country. That is what happened yesterday at the Senate. Thank you so much for watching Havana Media. And if you want more deep political stories, truth, and analysis, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with your friends so that you may not miss out. My name is Odur Billy, and see you in the next entertaining and truthful story.